You know, one thing that I've always prided myself on, right, is being a consistent person. I'm a very consistent person. And in being so, one of the things that I absolutely do not deal with are inconsistent people. I can't deal with fake people. I can't deal with wishy-washy people. Those sometime personality types. I can't deal with them. I won't deal with them. You understand what I'm saying? I've never understood how people always expect you to move accordingly depending on their mood that day. I've never understood that. You understand what I'm saying? Like with me, I'm someone who I'm very good at compartmentalizing certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I'm going through, whether it be death, this, that, and the third, stress, just going through it financially, whatever I'm going through, when we interact, you're not gonna feel that. You're not gonna feel that type of energy coming from me because I'm a very consistent person. And you know, I have family members who are extremely wishy-washy. They're just bipolar in the way that they move. And so I just don't deal with them. You know, back in the day when my family used to get together, because we don't anymore, it was always those certain family members you never knew how to really approach them because you got to first find out what type of mood they're in. But even worse than that, initially they may be in a good mood. 40 minutes later, they're standoffish, they're quiet, you could tell that their entire mood has changed for no other reason than something going on in their head. And those are the type of people that I can't be around. You understand what I'm saying? Like I call them they're like plastic bags in the wind type people. You just whichever way the wind blowing that day, that's how they're gonna treat you. And it's a very arrogant and egotistical way to be, thinking that, you know, regardless of what you're going through, you could put that off on others and they're just supposed to just take it and accept it. Oh, well, that's just him being him. That's just her being her. Nah, I can't do that because regardless of what I'm going through, I'm gonna always come at you the correct way. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm at a job and we may not even know one another, but when you pass somebody in the hallway or whatever, you speak. If we've established that when we pass each other, we speak. Boom. From here on out, when we pass each other, I'm gonna speak. But if you're one of those people where Monday you might speak, Tuesday you walk right past me. It don't take but one time. It don't take but one time. And after that, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Now I know I can engage with you in on even the most minute level because you're inconsistent. Like it's okay to be having a bad day. Everybody has bad days. Everybody got a story. Everybody going through this, that, and the third. But when it comes to something as small as just acknowledging another person that you've always acknowledged before, but today you're going through it, so I'm not gonna speak. Oh, but Wednesday I'm good again, so now I'm gonna speak. Thursday, now I'm gonna call one star, so now I'm not gonna speak. I don't deal with those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I know what I bring to the table as an individual, and who are you that I need to deal with your inconsistencies? Who are you that I need to deal with your, you know what I'm saying, your just bipolar nature? Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And that's why I'm like, I can't be around inconsistent people. Because one thing that I know for sure is you determine how others are gonna treat you. It's all on you. That's why I set my boundaries. Regardless of who you are, I set boundaries because I'm going to dictate how you and I are going to interact. That's just how it goes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, again, people will treat you how you allow them to treat you. And fake people are just, it doesn't have to be said, but fake people are just, you can't depend on them. Because I never know which way the wind is blowing that day. You can't depend on sometimey people. You're unreliable. You are an unreliable person when you are inconsistent and you're moody and emotional, whatever you, I mean, and it's just like, I don't understand how people will allow others to dump their insecurities and all this other stress and nonsense onto you. Like, why do that? You can be a good person. You can be a good person. But if you can't toe the line as an adult, yo, you need to work on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you definitely need to work on yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all works in progress. But at the end of the day, one thing I know for sure is that I've been in situations. I remember one time my cousin was murdered. And I went to work the next day, heavy heart, got a lot on my mind, this, that, and the third. But you got to be able to put that away. I'm not saying go to work and be talkative and this, that, and the third, but I've established a baseline, you know, and how you carry yourself matters. But I've established a baseline in how I deal with people. It's okay to be I'm someone who I'm always in like deep thought. You know what I mean? I'm a quiet person in real life. You know what I'm saying? But even walking around with a heavy heart, you know, if someone speak, you speak, this, that, and the third. And oftentimes people kind of read, like, when you're going through something, if they've been around you long enough. You know, now you do have those people who cannot read the room for anything. I mean, I remember I was in the car accident. Car got boiled up in an accident. Come back to where, I mean, it was a bad one. You know, and it's just like, but the people that I speak to, it's just like, I'm a consistent person. And this is just ground level stuff. This is nothing heavy, just ground level stuff. But if you're consistent with the small things, you can be consistent and relied upon when it comes to the bigger, the more heavy lifting. You understand? And it's just like, I don't understand how people can be so wishy-washy and emotional and think that's okay. Like, I have family members who are just toxic. I mean, just from 1 minute to the next, you never know what type mood they're in. And it's just like, I refuse to walk on eggshells around other adults. I just refuse to. I refuse to. Deal with your stuff. Deal with what you have to deal with. But if you're going to be out here around other people, yo, kind of get it together. Hold it together. You understand? And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't get the mentality of others who can identify a fake person and still rock with them on a certain level. Like, that behooves me. I mean, and that's my word. I do not understand. If I know you fake, how in good faith and good conscience can I just be in your space and eating up and sucking in all of that fake energy? You know, being consistent means that people around you are gonna be a certain way. Whether they rock with you or not, whether they like you or not. Like has nothing to do with it. You understand? But when you establish boundaries and things of that nature, people are going to fall in line. People are going to learn how to act around you, in your space. Who's ever in my space, I'm not with all that negativity. I'm not with all that bad, those ill frequencies and things. I'm not with all of that. You know? And I'm never rude. I'm never rude about it. But I'm a very blunt person. And sometimes blunt people get a bad rap, but blunt people are appreciated. Because the thing about me, I'm not gonna send some obscure message in your window. No, because I don't need anything that I'm saying to be misconstrued. So I'm very direct when I speak to people. I'm very blunt. And at the end of the day, people appreciate it. Because there's no BS with me. And when you're that type of person, the other type of people that exist, they get a little squeamish around you. You know what I'm saying? They get a little shaken because they understand that, look, don't come over here with that nonsense. And I'll never understand how, if you a solid person, you can't be a solid person and consistently deal with fake people. There's a lot of fakeness online. The amount of fakeness online, yo, is wild. But it's entertaining. You know, it is entertaining to some degree. But for my everyday people that are out here, just being consistent goes a long way. Again, we all going through things. We all going, man, a lot of us have work jobs and things of that nature. You at work, you grinding. Today is Tuesday. You get paid on Friday, but you already know that check that you get on Friday is not enough to cover your expenses. That money already gone before you get it. Mentally, that is very taxing, but you got to learn how to move. You gotta learn how to move. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, obstacles are always gonna be there. Hurdles are always gonna be thrown in your path. But the better that you can handle that mentally, the better that you can, the more solidified that your mental is, the more you can move out here. And people will appreciate it. And people will gravitate towards you. I'm not even a people person like that. But people gravitate towards solid individuals. And that's the thing that the fake people can't stand. They can't stand it because it's just like, those are also the same type of people that love to be the center of attention. Everything has to be about them. You know, I'm someone who, I'm in the background. I'm in the background, head down, just doing what I got to do, walking my path or whatever. But when you're a consistent person, when you're solid, when you're thorough, people gravitate towards your energy. And it's what you put out is what you get back. You understand what I'm saying? And so, again, shaky people with shaky foundations, they can drain you. They can drain you. You understand? And people like that, when they're going through it and they're suffering, they want nothing else than to have the ones around them suffer as well. Those are the type of people that they hate to see somebody eating. They hate to see somebody doing well. And I don't even know how to be a hater because I love to see people eat. I love to see people make it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's just, it costs nothing to be like, respect, bro. You know what I mean? Respect, sis. I see you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can catch up one day. It should be motivation. Especially if you know that they're solid people. I love to see people eat, man. I really do. I love to see people winning. I love to see people winning. But those shaky people, those are the ones, if you got shaky people in your corner and you out here trying to do something constructive and positive, they don't really want to see you win. They don't want to see you win. Because it's not in them. They're damaged for this reason or another. So, yo, you got to be wary of shaky people out here. And they're everywhere. But the real ones find the real ones. And that's on my word. The real ones, they seek out like-minded individuals, seem to find one another. At every gig I've worked, it's always like one or two dudes that we always seem to kind of find one another. And it's just like, okay. Because before that, you feeling like an alien, especially in 2025. I mean, men moving different. It is what it is. The men out here gossiping more than the women. They out here moving crazy, you know. And yeah, you can feel like an alien out here. But it's always, your energy is always going to attract the same type of person. You know what I mean? And yo, it lets you know that, yeah, okay, you're not crazy. But be wary, man. Be wary. Like, dodge shaky people. Keep them at an arm's length. You could be cool. You want to joke with them and this, that, and the third, man, but you never know what they going and saying behind your back. If you out here trying, you're going to have haters. If you out here winning in the smallest degree, you're going to have haters. If you woke up this morning, you're going to have some haters. That's just the game. But I thought I'd come on here real quick, drop this, you know what I'm saying? Keep your head. And, yo, keep those shaky people over there. You know what I mean? And until the next one.